Hey scrappy friends, this is Mags from MagsGraphics, and I'm going to talk about one of my new products called the Everyday Hold 'em Ups. This is an image of part 1, and part 2 is also, oops, let me do this, bring it over that way. This is part 2. It's too big to fit all in one preview easily, so you can see that there are quite a few of the different items in here. And I want to show you how they work and why they're different from just normal clips and staples and other things that you might find in your kit. Now I've started a layout using the Schoolbound collection. I stacked a bunch of papers up here. They're all kind of turned a little bit different as if they were just sort of stacked on a desk. Got a couple of frames, some elements, a title, a little star that I added from the shapes panel. And I'm going to go over and get my hold 'em ups. And you can see that there are some that look like duplicates. For example, let's pull this one onto the page. This is a clip and it's got the front and the back. And right now I don't think I'm going to use this one, but I could hang it off of something to see both pieces as if it was laying on top of your layout. But there's the other one that has the front, and the back, if you look, has this very subtle shadow, as if it has been clipped onto your paper and you can see the imprint coming through the back. So if I were to use this up here and to hook it in, it would be as if it was on the paper, clipping it from behind, and you could see this little bit showing through. Same idea for a brad. You have the normal brad, but we have a couple of options. We have the one that just has the little topper with a little bit of shadow, and we have a one that has this with the inside part hidden. There's a couple of things that we can do with these. We can stack them on top of each other, kind of move them. I'm going to turn a little bit. I'm going to move this one down behind my paper. Oh, I had a lot of things on this layout. Now it looks as if the two, the one part is on top with a little bit of the shadow coming through and pushing through the paper, and the other part is behind, as if you had really clipped these together. And you can use your shadow on top as well. Some other ones on here, we have some assorted buttons that all have threads in them already, so that you can just put them right on your page and add a shadow. You wouldn't need to find a thread because it already looks as if it has been stitched onto the layout. So there are several buttons like that. Let's move this out of the way. Then we've got some clamps and clips. This one was a neat one. It looks as if it has been pushed down by a nail on this side, and then this part would swing if you were opening something up, or then holding it back down with a clamp. There's also one that has two nails, as if you have clamped it down and then you've made it permanent, that it's going to stay there. We have some paper clips, clamps, some shaped clips, something like this. There are multiple of them. You've got the heart that has all of its metal pieces, but you also have this kind of heart that if I were to line up with the edge of my paper, looks as if it has been clipped on, or this one as if more of it is from behind. So we have some neat options there. Then we have a few that look like they've been threaded through, like this swirl. Looks as if we figured out a way to thread it through the paper and back out. We've got the same idea with some flags, where as if you had really stuck them into the paper. You can see the shadow right here. And it doesn't matter if you add a shadow on, it won't interfere with this part, because you would normally have a shadow coming off of the flag. We have some gemstones. We have some locks. This is fun, as if you have threaded this lock through your paper or through a stack of something so that it looks like it's coming out of the paper. Of course, the original lock is included, as well as an open one that looks like it's been threaded. Then we've got some paper clips, and a paper clip I would never have just stuck on a page, but I might have used it as an actual paper clip. In this case, I would clip it, line up the edge here with the top of my paper. And then you can see it's as if it's clipping this stack of papers, and you can see that little hint that it is pushing from the underside of the papers. We also have some safety pins, and these are so much fun because the safety pins come intact, and they also come as if you have threaded them through your paper or pinned a bunch of things together. They're different sizes. There are some that are open, some that are small. I'll show you one of my favorites is the heart. There are a couple of hearts, the one that is intact, and then one that looks like you've managed to thread it and bend it and thread it again through your paper. Or maybe you've just threaded it through one time. Something that could hold things onto the page or connect many papers together. We have a few staples. We also have some stick pins, some that are intact and others that have been threaded through as if you were going to pin elements and stuff right to your page. We also have the same idea with a rope, as if it has been threaded through underneath your paper and it comes back out. Got some tape and a wire clip that is also super fun that has been connected. So now I'm going to scoot back out so you can see my layout here. Some things to help finish this off. I could use the stick pin as if I was just sticking it from the outside in and just making that pin hold that into the frame, which would work. I could also use my threaded or smaller stick pin that's been threaded through as if I had maybe stabbed it through the star and then through the paper and out the other side. I can also come up to some of these other, maybe a safety pin. I don't need the biggest one for this little star. So I could come through and add my safety pin. Make this point up. All right. As if it was pinning through the star and the frames that I have here, as if it's holding it up. And I could use some of the staples. I'm going the wrong way. To connect these frames together. And maybe more than one. I like often having a couple together, either crisscrossed, so it looks as if they're held on. So you have a lot of things that you can do with these hold-em-ups in terms of connecting different elements and papers together. And maybe I add some a paper clip up here. Oops, not that. As if these are all stacked up together. I'm going to zoom in so I can line it up. And I think we'll make it a little bit smaller. So you can see all of the possibilities that these hold-em-ups can do, and that they'll match with any kit that you might possibly want. It also just gives you a little bit of an accent to your layouts, something to add some interest, and with the little threading through the paper, People will wonder, how'd you do that? Say it's just an element that was found in an art kit. So lots of possibilities with these clips and hold 'em ups, and I can't wait to see what you all make with them. Right now, this is part of the February 2024 pick and mix, so there are some coupons available to get these on sale. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be scrapping with you again soon.